Car won't start. Just a click when you turn the key. Don't panic. Before you call a tow truck or mechanic, watch this. You might be able to get your car running with things you already have in your garage or trunk. I'll show you 3 simple ways to start your car with a dead battery. No fancy tools needed. I've fixed cars for over 50 years, and most of the time, you can do this yourself. I'll cover the steps and the safety tips you need to know. Let's get you back on the road, fast. This is Fixpro Garage. Let's cover the classic jump start, a must-know skill for every driver. With jumper cables and a working car, you can get back on the road in minutes. First, make sure both cars are off, ignition's off, keys out, and all accessories switched off for safety. Pop the hoods, and find the batteries. If you're unsure, check your owner's manual. Attach the red clamp to the positive terminal on the dead battery, then the other red clamp to the positive terminal on the good battery. Next, connect the black clamp to the negative terminal on the good battery. Finally, attach the last black clamp to an unpainted metal part on the dead car's frame, not the battery, to avoid sparks. Start the working car and let it run for a couple of minutes to charge the dead battery. Try starting the dead car. If it doesn't start, wait a minute and try again. Once it starts, let it run for at least 10 minutes to recharge. Remove the cables in reverse order: black from frame, black from good battery, red from good battery, then red from dead battery. Don't let the clamps touch each other or metal surfaces during removal. For most dead batteries, this method works fast and reliably. With a little practice, you'll be ready for any roadside emergency. Let's talk about the classic push start, a time-honored trick that saved countless drivers from being stranded. If you've ever found yourself with a dead battery and no jumper cables in sight, this old-school method could be your ticket home. But before you get started, remember, this only works on cars with manual transmissions. Automatics are a no-go for this technique, so double-check your gear shift before you try. If you drive a stick shift, you're in luck. Here's how to pull off a push start and get your car running again, even when your battery is completely flat. First, find a safe, flat area or, even better, a gentle slope. The slope will make things easier, but a flat surface works too if you have a friend or two to help push. Make sure you're away from traffic and have plenty of space ahead. Hop into the driver's seat, turn the key to the on position. Don't try to start it yet. Put the car in second gear, not first. Second gear gives you a smoother start and reduces the risk of jerking or stalling. Keep your foot firmly on the clutch pedal. Signal your helpers to start pushing, or let gravity do the work if you're on a hill. The goal is to get the car rolling at a brisk, walking pace, fast enough for the engine to turn over when you release the clutch. Once you're moving, quickly release the clutch pedal while gently tapping the gas. If you time it right, you'll feel the engine catch and roar to life. It might take a couple of tries, so don't get discouraged if it doesn't work immediately. When the engine starts, you'll hear it come alive and see your dashboard lights flicker on. That's your cue that you've done it right. Immediately press the clutch back in to prevent the car from stalling, and give the engine a little more gas to keep it running smoothly. Let your car idle for at least 10 minutes. This gives your alternator time to recharge the battery, so you don't end up in the same situation the next time you stop. If your car refuses to start after a few good tries, don't keep pushing. There could be a deeper issue, like a faulty starter, or a more serious electrical problem, and further attempts might do more harm than good. Always put safety first. If you're on a hill or a busy street, use your hazard lights, set up warning triangles if you have them, and make sure everyone is clear of traffic before you begin. For manual drivers, this trick can be a real lifesaver when you're caught without jumper cables or a portable jump starter. It's a skill every stick shift owner should know. And remember, never, ever try this with an automatic transmission. It won't work, and you could damage your car. The push start is simple, effective, and always makes for a great story to share with friends. Next time your manual won't start, you'll know exactly what to do. Picture this. You're running late for work, you hop into your car, turn the key, and nothing happens. The dreaded silence of a dead battery. It's a situation that can ruin your day in seconds, especially if you're alone or it's pouring rain outside. But what if you could solve this problem in minutes, all by yourself, with no need to call for help or wait for roadside assistance? That's where a portable jump starter comes in, a compact, powerful device that's become a must-have for every driver. With a portable jump starter, you don't need a second car, you don't have to flag down strangers, and you definitely don't have to push your car down the street. It's just you, your car, and this little box of modern magic. These gadgets are surprisingly compact. Many are no bigger than a paperback book. They're easy to charge at home, and they fit right in your glove box or center console, ready whenever you need them. Using one is simple. Here's how. First, pop the hood of your car and locate the battery. Make sure your vehicle is in park and the ignition is off. Next, connect the red clamp to the positive terminal of your car battery. The positive terminal is usually marked with a plus sign or the letters POS. Then attach the black clamp to the negative terminal or to a clean, unpainted metal part of your car's frame. This helps ground the circuit and makes the process safer. Most modern jump starters are designed with built-in safety features. If you accidentally connect the clamps the wrong way, the device will alert you with a warning light or sound, preventing any damage to your car or the jump starter itself. Once everything is connected, turn on the jump starter. Check the indicator lights to make sure it's ready, then get back in your car and turn the key or press the start button. In most cases, your engine will fire up instantly, bringing your car back to life in seconds. If your car doesn't start right away, don't panic. Wait about a minute to let the jump starter deliver more power, then try again. Sometimes, especially in cold weather, it might take a couple of attempts. Once your car is running, carefully disconnect the clamps in the reverse order, black first, then red. This helps prevent any accidental sparks. Don't forget to turn off your jump starter and store it safely back in your glove box or trunk. Let your car idle for at least 15 to 20 minutes. This gives your alternator time to recharge the battery so you don't end up stranded again. And remember, your jump starter needs care too. Recharge it every few months, especially before winter or long road trips. A fully charged jump starter is your insurance policy against unexpected breakdowns. No more waiting for a tow truck, no more pushing your car in the pouring rain, and no more relying on the kindness of strangers. With a portable jump starter, you have total independence and peace of mind. When shopping for a jump starter, choose a quality model from a reputable brand. Look for features like overcharge protection, USB charging ports, and a built-in flashlight for emergencies. Avoid cheap no-name devices. They might fail when you need them most, leaving you stranded and frustrated. Always check reviews, and make sure the jump starter you pick matches your vehicle's engine size and battery type. Some models are better suited for small cars, while others can handle trucks and SUVs. And most importantly, read the instruction manual before your first use. Familiarize yourself with the process so you're not fumbling in an emergency. I always keep a portable jump starter in my car, and it saved me more than once. It's truly one of the best investments you can make for your own safety and convenience on the road. With this simple device, you're prepared for almost any dead battery emergency. No more stress, no more waiting, just a quick, reliable fix whenever you need it. So, next time you hit the road, make sure you have a portable jump starter in your glove box. It's a small tool that can make a huge difference when you need it most. Now you know how to handle a dead battery, jump start, push start, or portable jump starter. No more feeling stranded or waiting for a tow. Safety first, follow the steps, and you'll be back on the road in no time. Subscribe to Fixpro Garage for more real car fixes. See you next time. Let me know if you need further tightening or adjustments.